Highs in the eastern part of the country should start creeping back above average starting on Tuesday. President Biden is continuing to blame Congress and not his policies regarding the ongoing border crisis. During an annual winter conference for U.S. mayors at the White House, the administration faces pressure to send more federal resources.
Over and over, I've asked for resources to step up action at the border. In October, I asked Congress to fund for funding that would add another 22,000 additional border agents and officers, hundreds of new immigration judges to make the judgments on the spot, a new detection equipment to stop fentanyl from coming into the country.
Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis is under investigation. Now, she's the lead prosecutor in the case against former President Donald Trump in Georgia. New revelations link Willis and her special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, as lovers. The lawyer for Wade's estranged wife show credit card purchases for Wade and Willis, or plane tickets to Miami for the two of them in October of 2022, flights to San Francisco in their name in April 2023. As far as what this all means,
if these allegations are true, could lead to a whole host of things that the DA doesn't want to happen. She could be removed from the case. She could be held to have a conflict of interest. The case could potentially be dismissed.
Criminal defense attorney Philip Holloway. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Order may be required.
The New Hampshire primary is days away, so candidates are pushing for last-minute votes, while President Biden is not even on the ballot. Democratic presidential candidate Dean Phillips from Minnesota shares why he thinks he should win and why he got into the election on Fox News.
70% of our country does not want a Biden-Trump rematch. So why are not more Democrats running for president? I did. That's why I'm here.
President Biden is facing historically low approval numbers. This as Republican candidate Nikki Haley shares her thoughts on why she believes she's a stronger candidate than former President Donald Trump.
It's not about liking Donald Trump or not. It's about the fact that we can't afford to not win in November. We can't afford to get this wrong. And when you look at those polls, I win every single swing state. Donald Trump does not. We can't have a President Kamala Harris.
Panera Bread's caffeinated charged lemonade drinks are at the center of another lawsuit. A woman filing a lawsuit in Delaware last week alleging that she suffers long-term and permanent cardiac issues after drinking charged lemonade. 2 previous lawsuits blame the lemonade for the deaths of a Florida man and a college student. And President Biden has nothing on his public schedule. He remains at his beach house in Delaware. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Deutsch, and if you or your business owe money to the IRS, I've got great news for you. Tax laws have changed. Billions of dollars are earmarked for IRS Fresh Start programs. And if you qualify, you can literally save tens of thousands of dollars. Listen, I know what you're going through. Call me if you want to speak with a tax attorney or tax professional for free.
800-284-9275. I mean, if you have a tough time, I'll do most of the talking.
That's 800-284-9275.
I have no problem running my mouth.
I should be okay.
We'll just have fun today, you know?
Yeah.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WDDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host
Remember who was on last
and
week,
their guests.
right? Remember who was on last week, right?
I'm bad.
Dave?
Dave, I think, yeah.
We'll give him a shout out, Dave, you know.
Yeah.
Chef Dave Hogan. Say that,
What's
okay?
happening?
Yeah, say
I
that.
mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey
You a
Driscoll.
chef or
Stay
sous
tuned
chef?
for
No,
news.
chef.
Middleboro news. Here on
Executive
AM
chef.
1530
Executive chef,
WDBF.
yeah. Well,
Hey,
just say
Joey,
chef.
what's happening?
We'll see, Mike.
I'll make an announcement. It's coming back in April.
Okay, cool. And good morning and welcome to Middleboro In Review. I am Joey Driscoll, joined by, hold on one second, his mic's up, there we go. Don, good morning, Don.
Good morning. How you doing, Joe?
I'm okay. First off, before we do anything else, I want to thank Chef Dave Hogan, for coming on the show last week.
It was a fun show. We had a lot of fun. He's coming back in April. You know, although he's an awesome chef, he's also really good at music. I mean, he knows a lot about music. So we're gonna have a music show planned for sometime maybe in April. So that's good. So we talked about that. He's gonna try to brush up on that, and we'll cover everything from acoustic music to rock to country to folk, and yeah, it's going to be a good time. And also, too, I want to make another announcement. I believe St. Patty's Day is on a Sunday this year, so we got our friend Kevin Wynn coming back, and he was on Christmas. He read the little match girl story this year, and he's going to come in and he's going to read some St. Patrick Day's readings and poems and whatnot. So we're excited to have that. Next week we got Chuck Hart coming back, right?
Yes, we do. First Sunday of each month.
I'm really excited.
Wait, no.
Yeah, next
No,
week.
no, because no.
Oh no.
Sunday is not. Next Sunday is not. Is not February.
No,
it's
next
still
week is going to be the football show.
Yes.
With my brother, with
yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Tom Driscoll. He's coming in. They talk about football. See, that's the only time that Joey gets me to shut my mouth is when they talk about football, because I don't know much about it. I don't know the stats. So when Tom and Joey talk, he could wear a zip and me up. He doesn't have to turn my mic down. He can just, but we're going to have fun. We got Chuck Hart coming on the following week.
Yeah.
And then the Sunday, the 11th? Super Bowl Sunday?
Super Bowl Sunday will be Danny Harmon. Danny Harmon.
Distant Signal Productions. We've had him on. This will be the 4th Super Bowl that we've had him. So, I mean, we got a tradition going with Danny Harmon. He's does the rail videos, and he's out of Tampa, Florida, and we love having him on, and hopefully when he's up this way, we'll get him in the studio. But we're all excited about that. A lot going on here at Middleboro In Review, and yeah, thanks again for all the guests who've come in, from Barry Sanders a few weeks ago to Chuck Hart is a regular around here, and we've had a lot of good people come in here.
And we have more coming as well.
Yeah,
sure, down the pipelines.
I mean, it's nice that these people get up at 6 in the morning to get here by 7.
I know.
To be part of everything, but it's really good, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah. All right. Weather time. Very cold outside. I'm not gonna spend too much, excuse me, time on the weather, because everyone knows how cold it is outside. 15 degrees, high 28 today, sunny skies, so that's good.
What, Taunton? Oh, Middleboro.
In Middleboro. 39 degrees tomorrow, 14 degrees for the low tomorrow night. At least it's not going to snow next couple of days, which is good. Taunton, 14 degrees, sunny skies today, a high of 27, low of 13. Tomorrow, high of 39, low of 13. Driscoll, North Dakota, 48 degrees and cloudy, a high of 57, a low of 47. 67 on Monday with a low of 52. And getting into the 70s on Tuesday. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 14 degrees, a high of 25, a low of 13. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, a high of 21 degrees. So that is your weather.
So what's Driscoll, North Dakota, warmer than us right now?
No, same temperature.
Oh, wow. Waking up this morning, there was a little dusting event overnight in Middleboro anyway. So if you wake up and you walk out to your wood porch, or a little dusting around, a little dusting on your car, just be aware that there was a little dust fairy came through last night and sprinkled a little dusting of snow in the Middleboro area. And I'm looking out the window here at 14 Church Green, and that was bad here. It was over where we live. So there might be a little bit of snow out when you wake up. So just be aware of that when you walk out the door. And because everyone's like getting up early and awake, and they don't want to take a Dixie, right? No Dixies today. So you just sit around and you can listen to Middleboro In Review, and then you can head out. That's what I say.
All right, today in histories, we're going to start doing these at the beginning of the show. I just like to do that because I don't want to rush at the end.
No, you're good with that.
Yeah, so I don't want to do it anymore.
You know what?
I don't want to do that anymore.
You can be one of those.
I don't want to rush.
You can be one of those speed readers. You know how
I can be, but I don't want to do that anymore. I'd like to, take my time with the today in histories because some of these are important. And I want to talk about.
You know what's good about having a guest when you do the Today's in History? You always get the feedback of the guest.
Yes.
And sometimes a guest, or I would have a different perspective that you would have, and I think that just makes for interesting, dialogue.
It does. Shout out to the people who are watching on the Facebook. Patrick Hussey is watching on the Facebook. Good morning, Patrick.
You think it's cold down here? He's in New Hampshire, baby. How cold is it up there? Ooh.
All right. To today in histories, we have 1793 after being found guilty of treason by the French National Convention. Louis XVI of France is executed by guillotine. In 1915, Kiwanis International is founded in Detroit. Birthdays today. 1763, Augustin Robespierre, the younger brother of French revolutionary leader Maximilien Robespierre, who was also killed during the French Revolution. Maximilien was. 1824, Stonewall Jackson, American general. 1940, Jack Nicklaus, American golfer and sportscaster. In 1953, Paul Allen, American businessman and philanthropist. He co-founded Microsoft. Passed away back in 2018. Passings on this day, 1950, George Orwell, British novelist, essayist, and critic. 2013, Michael Winner, English director, producer, and screenwriter. Several collaborations with actors such as Oliver Reed and who is the other one?
I don't know.
Charles Bronson.
Oh. Not Charles Bronson. I saw something that Charles Bronson, he was so poor growing up that when he joined the army, that was the first time he had 3 square in his life. 3 meals a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Winner's best known works include take a guess.
Death Wish.
Yes, Death Wish, and Death Wish and its 2 sequels, and the hitman thriller Mechanic.
Mechanic with Jan Michael Vincent.
Yes.
I think that was like Jan Michael Vincent's first break in the movie. What year was that? 72?
1972.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I remember you had a kick on that movie. You watched it over and over.
It's a very good movie, that's why.
Yeah. He's had a lot of great movies. I think the Death Wish went up to Death Wish 5. Yes. Death Wish 3 is a little far-fetched, but I think all the movies around that time era, that was 1984.
Very far-fetched. The third one was extremely far-fetched.
Everything was. Every movie out there was just, everyone had all these over budget on explosions. Whatever movie would make the biggest explosion made it in the 80s, 84, 85.
The third one, set in New York, and if you can see me on the Facebook, I'm putting up air quotes, set in New York. The third one, I think, was filmed in London, actually, which interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. It's fun.
But it's
fun,
very far-fetched.
But if you look at the Death Wish, the first one and the second one is my favorite. And a lot of people don't know that the Death Wish 2 soundtrack was done by Jimmy Page. Yeah, I think that
very good
was
soundtrack.
That was the first thing I think he did. I believe either he did his solo album, his first solo album, or he did that right after Led Zeppelin broke up. It was 1981 and 1982. But that iconic sound, as you watch it, that's Jimmy Page. It was
the
like,
80s synthesizers.
Go down
Yes.
He does a whole album, too. It's all Death Wish.
Yeah.
So I think that might have been his first piece of work after after Led Zeppelin broke up. I believe it is. I'm not too sure. I know he did an album, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to look at Siri. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going on my memory here.
And Death Wish, the sequel movie that came out a couple of years ago with Bruce Willis.
Oh,
really great movie.
That was really good.
And
it was like a low key too. It was like a low key. It was like a little low key, a little bit more.
It was, yeah.
Sadistic, I think, in a way. But I mean, I think they did a really good job on that.
And it's the same thing with The Mechanic, with its sequel, done by Jason Statham. It was really done. Really well done. Really well done. And, absolutely.
I didn't see that.
It was really well done. And
it
definitely stayed true to the original.
You know what I'd like to see? A remake of the movie Duel with Dennis Weaver.
I'd like to see that too.
That was Steven Spielberg's first
You're gonna pick
movie.
the right director for it, though.
No, it's Steven Spielberg. He's the director. He's still alive. He'll have to do it again.
Then he'll have to do it again.
I wouldn't want to see anyone else do it. I'm not sure.
Can't pick Dennis Weaver to do it.
No, but I mean, they could find someone else.
Did Dennis Weaver have a son?
Yeah. You know that movie Phone Booth? Did you see that movie Phone Booth?
Yes, I did.
Who starred in that movie?
Phone Booth.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
That guy would be perfect, I think. And I don't know why, but...
What, for the truck driver?
No, they don't show the truck. You don't show the truck driver. The truck driver in Duel was only showed once in the diner. And you don't know who he is. Or she. Or whatever.
No, because he never talked to you.
No, he might have been in the diner. He might have
You
been
mean Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Colin Farrell would do a pretty good job. Absolutely. I agree.
He just kind of looks like Dennis Weaver. He kind of has the same mentality as Dennis Weaver. And it's just... I don't know. That's what you'd have. It just have to be. So nothing's low budget anymore. And I think Steven Spielberg did that movie on like $200,000.
That movie would not be low budget. No way.
I just love how. And the funny thing is, I think they filmed that somewhere in the California desert or somewhere in the Arizona desert. And back in 1971, there wasn't much out there. If you think about it, I mean, things haven't changed. No big interstates, no big strip malls, nothing like that. So it's kind of, I don't know, if you've never seen the movie Duel, go check it out. It used to be on Channel 56 almost every weekend. But I digress.
All right, it's 7:20. Let's take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to make it fun.
This is the first,
as always.
Yeah, this is the first show in weeks and weeks that we haven't had a guest. It's just
we're gonna make it fun. Whatever we talk about, we're gonna make it fun. Maybe do some transportation.
The rant. You want to get a rant? I know Paul Laz is looking for a rant. He said, "When are you gonna do a rant?"
We're gonna talk about transportation.
You don't rant anymore, so maybe I'll rant.
We're gonna talk about our transportation as usual. Broken. Get there, but still broken, yes.
Broken.
And eventually will be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
At least the slow zones will be gone.
Yeah.
It'll be broken, but it'll be going fast.
Just walk faster.
Anyway, enough of that. We'll talk about that later on the show today. Some other stuff I might talk about. I started this thing a while ago, where I was going through the towns and cities that were celebrating major milestones in Massachusetts. I think I'm on N, so I might continue that. today.
You
We'll
haven't
see.
done that in so
I haven't
long.
done that in a while. Yes. There are some things there are some long running things that I haven't completed yet. That being one of them.
Yeah.
So.
But
We'll
on
do
the
that later.
the show's been going, close to 4 or 5 years.
5
now.
years. 5
Yeah.
years in April.
Yeah. So
Actually, April 7th is Sunday. So.
it does take a while to establish a show and get guests on a regular basis. Like we have Danny Harmon coming in on Super Bowl Sunday. That's the fourth one. Mm-hmm. We usually have a tribute for the Station Nightclub.
In February.
In February. This will be our fourth
Which
year.
is coming up.
Yeah, it'll be
correct?
coming up, yeah.
Okay.
And I think we have things that people could pretty much consistent things.
Consistently look forward to.
Yeah, and I think we're trying to set up and it's fun setting it up, and I just hope there's something different on a Sunday morning for the listeners, something that makes them laugh and something puts a smile on your face, because life's tough, and as soon as you maybe shut this show off, you turn something else on. It's like, oh my God, more bad news or more this or that. But at least for the hour.
At least for the hour, you don't have any of that.
Try to keep it positive.
Exactly.
We don't like talking politics.
No, we won't.
No, it's just,
we won't unless it's historical.
Yeah, historical. If you want politics, you go somewhere else. I mean, you can. They talk politics.
Unless it happened way in the past.
Oh yeah, well, you want to talk politics? Tune in at noontime for
yes.
Stand Up Strong with
local
Miller and Bishop Tony Branch, and some local politics.
Local, state, and national.
Yeah, if you want that, that's
the perfect place to go.
Yeah, and during the week, Jim DuPont.
Yep.
And
that's the perfect place to go for some great national and local, state, national politics.
Yeah, hometown talk. Oh my God, you want anything about the dissecting of city government, especially Taunton and the Raynham area and stuff like that. That's the show to listen to.
Really, any topic.
Everything. Yes.
When it comes to hometown talk, really any topic.
And Silver City Meeting House too, with Carol Doherty.
Yes.
Representative Carol Doherty. And, and Barry Sanders.
That's another great show as well to listen to.
Yeah, City Councilman. Yep. That's a great show too. So I mean, this station has it all.
Yes, it does.
But as far as our little Sunday show in the morning, I just want to put smiles on people's faces.
Yes.
Right, Joey?
That's the important thing.
We keep being happy.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Absolutely. Yeah. I watched the last half hour of Flight yesterday.
That movie, I guess so. The movie's a little rough around the edges at the beginning. It really is.
It's
a lot of content that I don't think would be suitable for a lot of people who don't want to look at, suitable content. I don't know. It's a good movie, but then the beginning I thought the movie's great, but the very beginning could be a turn off for a lot of people who would just shut it off.
The end is great. He kind of realizes in the middle of the meeting. The middle of the meeting there that he messed up big time, and
well, that's fiction. Yeah. You just hope that doesn't happen in real life.
No, you don't want that to happen in real life. But in the middle of that meeting, he realizes he messed up.
It's a good movie, but it's not like it's so inspirational either. Though.
And he owns up to all the mistakes. But I mean, it took you until the end of the film to own up to all your mistakes, pal.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
No, a movie like Sully, true story.
Sully is a much better...
Well, that's a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's a much better movie to see in that genre, the airplane genre there.
In the 70s, there was a whole series of airport movies. Airport 70, Airport 75, Airport 77, and Airport 79 to Concord. There's always a problem. And I think in all four of those movies, guess who was in those movies?
Who?
George Kennedy. What an actor.
Nice.
Yeah? George Kennedy was I think all four of them. Yeah. There was all these different pilots and but I mean, those were the big movies of the 70s. Was Airport 75, and then they had the spoof Airplane with Leslie Nielsen and all those crazy people who all the those spoof movies, which were a lot of fun too.
All right, we'll take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll have our transportation topic. Maybe sports. I don't know.
We got a big sports show next week.
We'll have a big sports next week. Show next week. I promise. Most of the show will be sports. Well, I mean, if we don't get to sports today, we'll be getting to it for sure next week. There are 2 NFL games today. By the way, which will round out the divisional round and go into the championship.
I want to throw a question out there too. If anyone wants to call, if you want to give everyone that number.
508-822-1106.
Are you gonna watch the Pro Bowl, or do you think it's a big waste of time?
I give my answer right now. No. N-O.
Well, they used to have it after the Super Bowl. And I think more people watch it then because it was the last football game. Yeah. And in a way, it didn't really matter.
It's terrible.
Well, it didn't matter we threw in because the Super Bowl was over. It was just an extra football game for people to watch. And I
won't be watching.
I think you told me that the ratings were better when they had it after the Super Bowl than they are now.
Yeah.
I think that's what
definitely.
You told me. I'm going by what you tell me.
It was.
You're the research guy.
It was because they didn't have the big game to worry about,
right.
And yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing now. They should just get rid of it.
And it doesn't mean anything. Does it mean anything? The stats, the pointing, anything?
Either get rid of it completely and don't have a Pro Bowl at all, and just at the end of the Super Bowl, that's it, done. See you later. Bye. That's the end of the season. Or create something different. This new league, the UFL, put a game together with them. An all-star game together with them. UFL versus NFL. Put something together with those guys. Do something, please. Other than what you're doing now, which is garbage. All right, let's go to our commercial break. We'll be right back.
And go back to Hawaii if you do play them.
Yes,
okay.
And if you do happen to do the UFL NFL thing, go to Hawaii and do it, please.
I remember watching the Pro Bowl with my father. Right, he used to be at this place. He used to hang out at, and all the guys love the idea of the Pro Bowl. You know, we grew up in Quincy, Massachusetts. In February, it's like 5 degrees out with 10 feet of snow out there, and just you to watch a Pro Bowl game going on in Hawaii, where it's warm. It just makes everyone feel good.
It's nice.
It is nice. Just to watch, it's nice.
Even if it's in like L.A., that's fine too. Las Vegas is probably the
Hawaii.
Yeah, I know. But Hawaii, L.A. or Las Vegas. Anything further than Las Vegas, no.
But we're going back to that word consistency, though. They always play in Hawaii, so why not play in Hawaii?
Of course.
Consistency.
Of course, but the NFL is not going to think that.
Well, they should.
We got to work with the NFL a little bit because the NFL is not going to think that. The NFL does not think consistency anymore.
Well, consistency is like if you go to a restaurant and you like the food for 30 years and then they change the menu.
They're not thinking about consistency anymore, though.
Well, I think most professional items and entities do.
I don't think the NFL thinks about consistency.
We better take a commercial break.
All right, let's take our commercial break right now. We'll be right back here on WVB at 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. Yeah, no, I don't think you think about consistency. When it comes to certain things, I don't think they're thinking about that at all.
People won't look at consistency. They want things to be straight away. Do you still want anybody, or just get everyone off?
I don't know. We got 2 people on.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh, Journey, my nice truck. I gotta take it. I got a car wash this week.
Okay. NFL. I might as well talk about the other 2 games going on today. I'm not spending much time at all with sports. I got like maybe 5 minutes on sports. Not even. Like maybe 2 minutes on sports.
Let's end the show with transportation, all right?
Okay, fine.
What time are you doing your second ad? You stay right on the schedule with that, right?
Yeah, I gotta try to stay on schedule with that second ad.
Do it at 45.
I'm doing it at 45, yeah.
Get through the history, sports, and then we'll go into the transportation.
Alright, what do we got for the MBTA here?
I got that article about that.
Oh, great. No, I don't. That's all news by now. Yeah. We talked about it already.
We did? When?
Thursday.
Oh, you did?
You mentioned it, yeah. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
MBTA budget gap could climb to nearly $1 billion by the end of the decade. Great! That's terrible. Advocate calls for reopening of Marlboro MBTA station. 290 million.
But why would that work?
What?
Why would that be? That's a little odd. It would have to be a branch line.
Okay, 136. Okay, I want to talk about service suspensions planned in February. How the MBTA will spend its $200 million in millionaires. I already talked about that. Never mind. I forgot about that. I talked about that. MBTA budget gap. Get rid of one of these second break commercials. Okay. 3, 2, 0, enter. Bumper music. Your red mic.
Yeah, well, you're doing sports, right? Little sports then?
Yeah, it's literally going to be 60 seconds. I'm not spending much time.
Well, I want my, if we got to do a presentation, so let's talk about something before we do another ad. Maybe do you add like 2 minutes or 40, like do it at 43 or something.
43?
Yeah, and then...
Yeah, I'm getting the transportation up now, so...
Are we doing now then? We'll do sports at the end then.
No. Sports is going to be literally 1 minute.
Alright.
I'm not waiting.
Alright, well, we can go back and we can keep on.
Alright, 2, 1, and 0. And we're back here as I turn the music down. There we go. All set. Alright, 60 seconds on the NFL. And that's it. If everyone's looking for the sports, come back next week. But stay here. Don't go anywhere. Please. If you're looking for sports, don't go. If you're looking for sports, don't go. I almost said leave, but don't leave. Please don't. I apologize for saying leave, but don't leave. Stay with us.
Yeah.
60 seconds. We're gonna give everyone who's looking for sports 60 seconds today. Tomorrow, we're gonna give you the entire show, pretty much. So, everyone who's looking for sports.
Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow.
Sunday.
Next Sunday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got an expert.
Next Sunday.
We got an expert.
We got our experts coming in.
meaning yourself and
meaning me and
guest.
Yeah, meaning me and our guest.
And if you don't want to hear me run my mouth, well, that's the time to get. I have nothing to sit there with a look on my face. Yeah, what's that? Okay. I'll be like, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. McMahon, you are correct. Yes, sir. That's all I'm going to say the whole show next week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was I going to say?
We're talking sports.
Sports, 60 seconds. Okay. Buccaneers, Lions, 3 o'clock. Chiefs, Bills, 6:30. Okay. I like the Buccaneers and Lions matchup much more better than the Chiefs and Bills. I think Chiefs and Bills is going to be boring. There you go. Here's my thoughts. I don't like the Bills. I don't like the Chiefs. I'd rather neither of them win, honestly. But, someone's got to win.
Is Green Bay still in?
No, they lost.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Oh well.
That tells you how much I know, right?
Whatever.
So, they're not going to be playing up in Green Bay anytime soon when it's 50 below, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Save some players frostbite or whatever, right? That's a tough stadium. That's a tough spot. Is that the coldest spot in the NFL? Green Bay Stadium, yeah? For weather. The most extreme weather is Green Bay.
Chicago might be pretty close.
Yeah,
but,
Chicago could be bad too, right?
But Chicago's never in the playoffs, so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't tell
Buffalo
you.
too, but it's just the snow.
Buffalo might have Buffalo might be giving Green Bay a run for its money, at least for this playoff.
I thought Green Bay was up.
No. When it comes to cold weather.
Yeah. I think Buffalo is more snowy weather than cold.
When it comes to cold weather, I think Buffalo has been giving Green Bay a run for its money over the past few years.
I don't know. I've heard over the years Green Bay is just a horrible.
Well, over the past few, I'm just saying over the past few years, recently, Buffalo has been giving Green Bay a run for its money.
And then you look at the Green Bay players, and who can play in that, and then the Green Bay fans have no shirt on, and they're out there in shorts and no shirts and pants.
It's bad. So yeah, there's your sports. Sports fans, I'm sorry that we didn't get to that much sports. Don't leave though. If you're planning on leaving, don't leave.
Next week it's going to be pretty much the whole game's going to be pretty much sports, except for a few.
Yes. All the sports fans who are like, oh, you're done with sports. I'm trying to get off. Don't. Please don't.
We got it.
Because we got more great stuff coming on today's show. So you don't want to miss out on that. All right, our transportation topic. Well, we'll get to that in a few minutes because we're gonna take our second commercial break here in a moment. But before we do that, let me get my stuff together. With this couple minutes before we take our last excuse me commercial break, we have our towns that are celebrating major milestones. And we have towns and cities in Massachusetts that are celebrating major milestones. And we have a couple in the N category. We won't get to them all today, so maybe we can finish them up next week if we have a chance. But let's get to at least one or two of them today. First, what we have is Nantucket, incorporated in 1671. So it's celebrated. Let's see. It's celebrated 350. Yeah, 350 back in 2021. So I've had this list for a little bit, for a couple of months. I haven't done these in a couple of months. This is one of them I added. So Nantucket is an island about 30 miles from Cape Cod south, together with the small islands of Tockernuck and Mesquite. Is it Mesquite? I think it's Mesquite. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation. I feel bad because I don't live too far away from Nantucket. We don't live too far away from Nantucket, honestly. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering that.
Don't feel so bad because you listen to like even Sari or anybody from like out of the area, and they try to like Manamuskegon. Okay.
Yes.
What's Manamuskegon? Manamuskegon is it's the sale for the town of Abington, and it means land of many beavers. You know, it's just a lot of Native American terminology as far as around here. Wampatuck is another one.
Yeah.
Assoyat, Sachem. You know, just names that we're familiar with that somebody, if I say from the Midwest, wouldn't be, or somebody from California wouldn't be. And you know, I've listened to like professional news anchors, Butcher. Even on like AM stations around here, like professional people who've been announcing for years, just butcher something, and think they got it, and they're like, oh, that's not it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. The name Nantucket is adapted from similar Algonquin names of the island, but it is very similar to the endonym of the native Nantucket tribe that occupied the region at the time of European settlement. Nantucket is a tourist destination and summer colony. Due to tourist and seasonal residents, the population will increase around 80,000 during the summer months. The average sale price for a single-family home was $2.3 million in the first quarter of 2018. The National Park Service cites Nantucket designated a National Historic Landmark District in 1966 as being the finest surviving architectural and environmental example of late 18th and 19th century New England seaport town. Nantucket is accessible by boat, ferry, or airplane because it is an island. You can't get there by bridge. No. Sorry, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen probably ever.
I went there once. It's like a 2-hour. It's close to a 2-hour ride on the ferry.
All right, so there you go. I got to one.
Okay.
Well, we'll get to the rest next week. I probably, or when we have a chance. Probably not next week, but when we have a chance.
I'm stomping at the bit here. I want to do my transportation. So
transportation is coming up. All right, let's do that. All right, let's take our last course break right now. We'll be right back. So all the transportation fans,
get ready.
You
want. Yes.
Get ready. All the transportation
and
for the next
and
12 minutes.
Billy and all my friends who want to. I'm gonna give you a rant. Okay?
Get ready.
Get ready for the rant.
All right, let's go. 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF. We'll be right back.
So what do you want? A nice bagel or like a sandwich? What do you got? Get you something good today. Make you feel better.
Sandwich is fine, I guess.
You don't want a bagel?
No, probably a bagel is actually better. I don't know. A sandwich. Right. By the time you get it over here, it'll be cold because they don't.
No, I'll tell them to heat it up. Oh, you don't want a bagel? Or you want a sandwich?
I want a bagel.
All right.
No, I want a bagel.
Oh, the sandwiches are always cold, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat them like right when you get them. It's like McDonald's. You're gonna eat those like right when you get it.
Yeah.
You can't, you can't mess around.
I mean, you're all selling a coffee, so I'll just give myself another one. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around. You're not.
No, stick around till 12. I got nothing going on.
Because I don't plan on doing anything. We're not going anywhere.
It's too cold to go anywhere. It's freezing. It's too cold to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, you don't. We're not breaking down. Especially with that check engine light. I don't know what's that's all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that truck never has a check engine light. So
yeah,
I gotta get an oil change for it soon anyway. So I gotta.
Hopefully it's nothing serious for you.
No, it'd be running like crap if it did.
Amtrak. Let's see. Is there anything going on with Amtrak this week? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is.
There is what?
Some Acela trains got canceled on Thursday.
What? Because of the cold?
Because of the cold. Because of the cold.
Snow, too. There was a lot of snow on Thursday down there.
We can talk about that. Alright, we can talk about that. MBTA.
You told me that Maine is going back with the bud cars?
No. No, that was not me. That was not me. Okay, let's see. Franklin Foxborough, Greenbush. Oh, come on. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh, come on. You have big fingers. Okay, Greenbush.
From the hardships of life.
Who's this?
In a few short years, they have given
This
more
is
than
Matthew
4,000
Mission.
bags of
Huh?
groceries
Matthew
to
Mission.
those in need.
They're out of
For
Taunton.
guests with limited transportation options, they are open every Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30.
They're the Taunton equivalent of
First Parish Church, 76
St. Vincent de
Church
Paul.
Green, and are available to anyone. No questions asked. The demand increases every
Alright.
week.
Got our
Production and SNAP benefits, the need is growing.
transportation topic.
Please consider a donation of unexpired, non-perishable food items, grocery store gift cards, or a monetary donation via check to the Matthew Mission Food Pantry, 76 Church Green, Taunton, or by Venmo at Matthew Mission Food Pantry. The Matthew Mission Inc. is a registered 501c3 organization. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, red mic. Blue mic.
Yeah. Right here, Joe.
What's that?
About the bud cars in Maine.
Alright, hold on. We get to it.
Oh, it's important to talk about.
I know,
that,
I forget
because I
that.
want to segue into how relevant it's down here.
Okay, well let me get to my stuff first. I got some stuff on here.
Alright, well,
And then we'll get to that.
hurry up.
I will go at the speed I want to go to. Okay?
Hurry up.
3, 2, 1, and we're back here on Middleboro in review as Don is pushing me to try to go as fast as he wants me to go.
Yeah,
And,
it's just
I
like,
told him I'm going to go at my speed.
You know what? It's just like if you tailgate anybody in Massachusetts, just gotta go slower. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly, yes.
I gave him an article. Hope he gets around to reading it because it's. I want to
Well,
All right, once you get started,
let's get started. So
do your thing.
I can try to
do your
get
magic.
around to do it.
Do your stuff.
All right. First, before we do our interpretation topic, I have to read this important thing here. Morton in the Morning. There we go. Yeah, Morton in the Morning promo for the 24th of Wednesday. The American Red Cross recently announced it's facing an emergency blood shortage as it experiences the lowest number of people giving blood in the past 20 years. Blood and platelet donations are needed now to help alleviate the shortage and ensure life-saving medical procedures proceed without delay. During this week's encore presentation of Morton in the Morning, hear from Tony Bishop, a supervisor in Morton Hospital's laboratory department, about the hospital's blood bank, how blood products are used daily to help save and heal patients in the hospital, and the importance of donating blood through the American Red Cross. Morton in the Morning is at 11:05 a.m. till noon on Wednesdays with your host, Julie Massey, only here on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. So there you go. That is for this Wednesday, January 24th. Tune into that one. Okay, we have our transportation topic. Alerts on some of our local lines. Franklin, there are no alerts on there. Greenbush, no alerts on there. Kingston, no alerts on that line. There is one alert on the Middleboro Lakeville line. Riverside entrance at Campello Station is continuing to be closed. Passengers may use the Plain Street entrance. And Providence, there's a couple of alerts there. There's a track change. Please board all Providence line trains on the inbound platform, track 2 at Canton Junction through Mansfield until further notice. And of course, there is no South Attleboro service currently due to the station being closed still. There is really, I don't think there's any update on when that's going to get, when that station's going to be reopening, or if it's going to reopen, or what's going to happen there. If the service will continue there. Don, stop. I get it.
I mean, yeah. You do a transportation topic, you just going to talk about...
I get it, Don. Stop. I get it. All right. Okay, why is this frozen? Okay. I want to get to this next thing. If this thing won't freeze on me. There we go. There's been some calls for the reopening of Marlboro MBTA station, plus $290 million plus project. It seems like Framingham Worcester line improvements. A little bit about that. Transit Matters, a public transportation advocacy nonprofit based in Boston, released a 27-page report on Wednesday arguing in favor of modifications to the Framingham Worcester line the nonprofit believes would lead to rapid and reliable transportation for central Massachusetts communities served by the commuter rail branch. And the report calls for a number of improvements to the Framingham Worcester line service, including electrification of the line, potential creation of new stations, and utilizing the existing freight line, and restoring train service to Marlboro. Don,
yes.
Thoughts?
That would be a branch line, I believe. So it'd be like a Stoughton, Canton branch line, which would be good. Marlboro's a good-sized city, so that would be good if they can do that. Electrify the Worcester line, yes. It's about time. I think they should electrify all the way to Albany, in my opinion. Get going, and I think they should electrify as much as they can possibly can, because the trains run faster, they're more efficient, and they're better for the environment.
Done. Okay, hold on. 1 second here. Again, I don't know. There we go. This thing sometimes is freezing up. Alright, anyway. Okay, the articles here freeze up sometimes, I don't know. Anyway, moving on from that. The MBTA budget gap could climb to nearly $1 billion by 2029. Don, quick thoughts on that.
Maybe they don't got the ridership on the commuter rail because of the crappy service they have. So a lot of people who took... Oh, that's all I can say. I mean, a lot of people at some point were taking the T, were taking the commuter rail. I had a friend of mine who lived in Wareham. He took the T religiously until the trains were always late because they were cold. Because they made them shut them off like when it was 5 degrees out. So the trains were late, and then theft of his vehicle in the parking lot. So I mean, that was 2 strikes. He was getting away with one for the third one. So his career, his last 2 years of working, he drove, and he always liked the idea. I'm going by one person, all right, who took the train from Middleboro to Quincy, and it was great because he'd relax. But it was just like, it just seems like. I don't know, they're missing the boat. And they get these people back in on the trains, but the service has to be provided well. I mean, every time you turn around, there's alerts and whatnot. I want to bring something up that the state of Maine's doing. From Brunswick to Rockland, the state owns a section of track. It's like 53 miles. It used to be the Eastern Railroad, I believe. It used to be a tourist railroad. They're doing a pilot program for the next 2 years, and they use an old 1950 Bud cars, okay? And they're going to be running, it's going to be transportation from Rockland, Maine is pretty much, up in the touristy part near the water, Belfast, up that way, Camden, all those areas up there, those stations. And they got to try that. And they're using the 1950 Bud cars. And the 1950 Bud cars were diesel cars that just, they didn't have engines. They were just diesel cars. And they were everywhere back in the 50s and 60s. And there is one transportation agency that runs something like that, but it's like a light rail. It's New Jersey Transit. It's the River Line down from Trenton to Camden. And they use these Swiss light rail diesel cars. These cars, sort of like what the Green Line would look like. So cars like that. And you wonder up here with the South Coast Rail, they're running heavy rail, five coaches with an engine. And I'm thinking, during the day, you don't need all that. You don't need all that equipment to have people like 40 people or 30 people ride. It's just like, why don't they buy something like, use those newer diesel cars they have and just have little shuttles between the cities here instead of just. And I think Jim DuPont talked about that. Is their mentality is just Boston to the suburbs, Boston to the suburbs. But I mean, with the South Coast Rail, we got 4 major cities that are connected to this rail line. We got Brockton, we got Taunton, we got Fall River, and we got New Bedford. And to have little shuttle, like little Bud cars, little shuttle trains that would just say run from New Bedford to Fall River, or run from Taunton to Fall River. It doesn't necessarily have to go all the way to Boston. It doesn't have to be all that way, in my opinion. It's just, I think they can even think outside the box. They spend billions of dollars on signal systems that can make the trains go safely as far as the lights and stuff. And, the signal systems so the trains can be safe going down, back and forth the tracks. So they can run more trains. They can run smaller trains. They can run everything. You're looking at me like, where, Joe? You're looking at that clock. You got something you want to say?
You all set?
I guess so. I thought I had more time to talk about my transportation thing, but I think, again, you
no, you don't, because I have one thing I have to get to. Red Line service changes for February. Service suspended between Alewife and Harvard all day from February 5th to February 14th. Service suspended between Harvard and Broadway all day from the 24th of February to the 25th of February. That's for the Red Line. Orange Line. Service suspended between between Forest Hills and Ruggles all day from the 17th of February to the 18th of February. Service suspended on the B branch of the Green Line and Babcock Street. C branch between Copley and Cleveland, and D branch between Copley and Brookline Hills all day from February 20th to March 8th. And for the commuter rail, service suspended on Fitchburg Line between Littleton and Route 495 and Alewife from February 3rd to 4th. And service suspended on the Lowell Line between Lowell and North Station between February 10th and 11th. So that is your closures and service disruptions for the month of February for the entire line. Again, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Signal systems and getting rid of slow zones and all this fun stuff. So it's 8 o'clock. We gotta go, and we'll be back next week. We'll have a great show next week. Mostly sports. We're gonna talk with Tom, and me, and Don. So we're gonna have a great show next week. I'll be back on the air once again on Thursday with another edition of Middleboro Matters. I don't know who I'm going to have on the show yet.
Better get somebody on.
But I'm going to try to get somebody.
You better.
I'm going to try.
Oh boy,
I'm trying.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm trying. I got someone last week, so I'm trying. I'm trying for this week. I have people in the pipeline that I got to schedule as well. So we'll talk about that going forward. All right, I gotta go because it's 8:02. We'll be right back with Part of Life in just a few minutes. It would help if I turn this up. There we go. Hi, everybody. I